Hey guys, thank you for jumping in and watching this video. My name is Jay from Explore the Movement, and if you're not subscribed, I'd highly appreciate it if you consider subscribing. It really helps out the channel, helps us grow, and I can make more content like this. Okay, let's jump in. So I wanted to review this video just because a lot of people are impressed with her speed in the handstand walk event and how fast this was. And I just want to kind of go through it and review why it was so good and possible things that you yourself can work on to actually make it better, and also why we teach certain things the way we teach it in order for this to happen, so that we have certain checkpoints or certain measures in place. All right, let's go ahead and jump in. All right, she's slowly becoming one of my favorite CrossFit athlete females. Okay, so this is usually where most people struggle on the ramp up, and the reason for that is they have this massive banana arch shaped here. So if we look at it from the side view, we've got this whole big banana shape here. And as they want to progress up onto the ramp, what ends up happening is that this shape, in order for them to move, they want to do this more, which technically shouldn't happen. The only thing that you should do is do that with the hip. And this is where most people struggle because they don't have the relative scapular control in order to do that. Let's continue here. Okay, now one thing I want you to notice, look at every single athlete. Look at here. Look at this. Look at that. That's a banana shape. Now look at it relative to the shoulder. The shoulder is here, hip is there. Let's take each athlete for that matter, and we can have a look. Look at that position. This is a little bit better, but look at that position here. Look at that position there. Look at that position there. So we're starting to identify these so-called problematic positions. So one thing that we do notice is look at her hip, knee, and shoulder relative to each other. Straight line, which means her midline can be completely soft and relaxed in order to complete this. Whereas here, you're constantly on tension in the midline and the lower back, constantly on tension, constantly on tension. Look at the feet relative to the head. It's not massively over like here. Remember when I said when they wanted to walk up the ramp, they are going to compensate by bringing the feet over more? Look at the difference in body position and posture here, dynamic posture. All right, let's carry on. The other thing I want you to notice is a lot of people do this with their feet. That's 100% fine if you know how to do it and not just for the sake of doing it. So if we go back just a second to look at how the legs are moving relative to the hands, a lot of the times you'll find people doing the kicking, but it will be out of synchronization or rhythm with the hands. When you look at Danelle, look at her legs moving relative to the hands. It's contralateral every single time. What most people do is, as soon as they start moving, they do it ipsilateral or they confuse the two. This just completely throws you off. You're better off than just keeping it still. Now, when she approaches the ramp, look what she does with the knees and the feet. You see how she drops the feet? Why does she do this? Well, very simple. Lever length, the longer the lever, the harder it is to control in a handstand. The lower the lever or the smaller the lever to the base of support, the easier. For her, it's not a balance thing at all. It doesn't even come close. It's just a capacity thing. And she handles the capacity in her shoulders. I'm not specifically talking about the delts and the triceps, that complex there, much better than everybody else. Why? Well, let's go into that. So again, look at the knee position, look at the feet position relative. You still have the knees, the hip, the shoulder in one straight line. This is still happening. You know, she's respecting this joint stacking position here. That's a straight line here, where in most people, what we would end up seeing right now as they start to fatigue, they start doing this and the hip traveling back here and then trying to ride over in that front delt pec area. She's doing a great job of keeping the stacking, keeping the lever short so that it makes it easier. Okay, she's super comfortable. Look at that. Okay, now when we start climbing up here, I want you to notice one thing. She drives every single position from her... Ooh, did I go too far now? I think I went a little bit too far now. Okay, here we are. So when she drives that climbing position up onto the steps, look what she does with the arms, especially the elbows. Every single time she climbs, let's slow this down for you guys a little bit. Every single time she climbs, she's in that locked arm position here. She doesn't receive the position with a bent arm and then press out. She's locked and she's driving her shoulder blade up and down every single time. Let's continue. Okay, way down. And again, on the way down, when she walked down, she was able to control it because she knows that it's relative center of mass over base of support. And in a handstand, your center of mass is more or less in your belly button, just above your belly button. So she knows how to control that position. All right, let's look on the way back. Okay, again, look at the legs, look at the knees, look at the hips, relative. And you can see she's getting fatigued now because it's day 2 of the games already. But look how she's walking from the scapular position and the arms are relatively locked and straight every time. So she's basically walking like this, making the movement come from the scapula, which means everything's stacked and everything's way easier than wanting to press out every single walk. She's super comfortable right now. I mean, everything's stacked position, the hips over the shoulders. Very good walk, very good walk. Quick breather and then off she goes again. See, the only thing now is just capacity. It's just capacity work on her shoulders are now starting to fatigue. Balance is no issue at all. She's got that covered. It's just the capacity. You can see as she starts smiling already here. Oh, she knows. She knows she's super comfortable. All right. Awesome. So now how can you achieve that? Well, step 1, you have to work on hand balancing. Hand balancing individually. Once you have hand balancing and you're able to hold a basic handstand still without walking, handstand walking is going to be no problem at all. So we recommend definitely working on a freestanding handstand. And then once you have that, the only thing you need to work on is capacity. There's no falling. You don't need to work on obstacle climbings. You don't need to work on parallettes or anything because the transfer of the handstand goes straight over to all of these walks. All right. If you guys enjoyed this, we offer actually handstand courses, cliche. You can check that out on explorethemovement.com. If you like this video, please leave a like. I'd really appreciate that. Again, subscribe. If you like it, comment below if you want to make a discussion about it. I'd love to hear about that. But thanks for tuning in. All right, bye.